Christian Scientist. That's what's growing up. And my father became a Christian Scientist right when I got out of high school. But I could always really feel the really strong mental support from my mom. And when I was young, I really, apparently, says my mother, had a very receptive childlike thought, and actually healed her a couple times, apparently. When I came to college, I was actually 2 years older than everyone else that I was around, because of just that I was already old, and then I took a year off. And so there was really this feeling of, how am I going to fit in with these people? How am I going to deal with this situation? I feel so different. And I really just came at it from a perspective of prayer, and just knowing that, of course, my needs were met every moment. And of course, every day was a demonstration, and I saw every day as a demonstration. And I woke up every morning to pray, okay, God, I don't know how today's going to be, but I know that it's going to unfold the exact way that I need it to. And it really did. And whether it was, getting the assignment that I needed to get done that night, or not being fatigued by staying up all night, or having friends to eat lunch with, every single day I went to bed with a knowledge that I had demonstrated that day everything I needed to. A healing that I've recently experienced as a result of Christian Science is I have been dealing with a particular painful ailment. And it was really limiting my life. There was an incredible sense of fear that certain things that I would do would bring on this pain, and that I had to be careful, or that at certain times I was susceptible to feeling this way, or that if I would start to feel this way, I had to cancel all my plans and just not do anything because it would be so horrible. And so it's been something that I've been kind of praying about, and knowing that I could heal it, but it's just always, it's one of those ongoing battles. And so this year I decided that my issue that I was going to really tackle and really overcome was this issue. And so it came to me that the way that I should pray about this was that I needed to lose the sense of heaviness that that came when I thought about this issue, because when I would address it, I thought that I had to get deeply quiet and study for hours and hours, and that if I felt it coming, I had to dedicate an entire day of praying and all this stuff. And so it just came to me that what I really needed to do was focus on substance and be grateful for the substance of, life and love that were being manifested in my life, and focus outward on really appreciating reflections of love. And so that's what I did. And I didn't actually pray about this deep issue, ongoing issue that I had this heavy sense of. I focused on just being light and joyful and grateful, and I had a complete healing. It's just so wonderful to be able to read about her life when I'm personally going through struggles, and the way that she would always write, that there was a sense of joy about her journey, and that just has been extraordinarily powerful for me because of my own journey and all the struggles, and just to know that even for someone whose life was so hard, there was just this incredible sense of lightness and joy. So that's been really powerful. It defines the way I think about the world, because I try to be a globally conscious individual, and that can be depressing. I mean, you don't even have to think about the world there's plenty right here, but and so just not really being clear in my mind has been really incredible, and it's allowed for me to see the opportunities instead of being sad, and to feel powerless, because I know so many people who just feel, powerless and think that there's nothing that they can do. The ability to know that I have power for good, and that, prayer is effective and can help. And then, a lot of times the result of that prayer is actually finding something physically to do. And this summer, I just prayed and prayed and prayed to find a job. And finally what I ended up doing was working with I live in Dover, New Hampshire, and working with the Dover Housing Authority and their children's center. And these children were just really in need of someone who didn't see them as lack and problem and X, Y, and Z. And so it was really wonderful to see their minds being lifted just by me seeing the truth about them. And I really feel like that was a result of my prayer, knowing that I could have a positive impact on the world. So. I would like to share that Christian Science doesn't have to be hard. Because sometimes I think it is and has to be. And whenever I really dive into, Mrs. Eddy's writings or just get a clear sense in my own mind, it always comes with a sense of lightness and joy. And sometimes when I have said, I have so much time to dedicate, I'm going to really dive in to deep study. And there's that sense of depth, and I really know that is powerful, that, deep thinking and deep study is powerful. But I have always felt like I progress so much when I have a sense of lightness about my work, and I feel like I'm going about my Father's business, and it can't get me down.